What's going on, everyone? And
Hello,
hello, Nihon. This is the podcast where I myself, Ehab,
and Clayton.
talk about Japan. So, Clayton, how's it been over there in Hokkaido? Is it getting warm or is it still a little chilly?
It's still a little chilly. The weather's been weird.
Oh, yeah?
The last week it's been rainy, and we were going to have our Undokai, our sports festival, last Saturday, but it rained the Saturday and the Sunday.
Oh, no.
Right? But this Tuesday we had it at the junior high school, and it was a bunch of fun.
Did you participate in it or did they allow you to participate?
I sure didn't, and I didn't want to. It was my relaxing day.
What did you enjoy about the sports festival?
I liked they did the class jump rope. So a lot
Okay.
of the students in the class had this giant rope, and then two of the tallest kids were jumping it around so the kids could jump.
Ah, those are pretty fun. Like, I've tried those before, and yeah, they can get really fast.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think Ichi
Yeah.
Nensei almost won. It was neat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah!
That's pretty cool.
Right? When's your Undokai?
It's interesting to hear that you guys already started because here we usually do it on like September or October.
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Right? I wonder, maybe because Hokkaido just gets so cold, October would be too late.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's jump in the snow.
Do it in the snow. Jump rope in the snow.
We'll have sledding contests. That's very Hokkaido.
Yeah, snowball fights.
Oh, man. Terrible. But how have you been? How's the weather?
The weather's actually getting pretty nice. It's not super hot yet, but I can definitely feel the heat, and I am starting to put on the AC a little bit here and there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did your apartment come with an AC unit or an aircon?
Thankfully it did. If
Nice.
it didn't, I don't know how I would survive.
Yeah, it's kind of awful.
Oh, yours doesn't have one?
No, I have two fans, and then I will put a towel in the freezer, and that cools you down.
Oh man, I am so sorry to hear that. But I mean, you're in Hokkaido.
Right? It doesn't get terrible, but it does
Yeah.
get humid,
Yeah.
and that's terrible for a California boy.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, speaking of sports, I know you play volleyball with your students, right?
Yeah!
What kind of position do you play?
I played ball boy.
You play what?
I play ball boy. When they hit the
Ball
ball,
boy?
I run and get it. It was yesterday, and they were practicing their spiking, and we had like left, center, and middle, and I was just running around the court. My goodness. I'm so old and tired. I had to stop like midway through. Those kids are ganky.
Yeah, you can notice the difference.
Yeah. But they did really well in their tournament, so that was great.
Oh, and you watched the whole tournament?
Yeah, I finally got to go. It's been 2 years and I haven't been able to go because of the murder virus, and then only parents could go, but now I was able to.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, super fun.
Is there a specific area you want to improve on in volleyball when you play?
I want to get better at receive control. So when someone serves and you receive the ball, I want to be able to bump it to the setter.
Ah, I see.
Nicely.
Yeah, that can be hard.
Right, and some of these girls are strong.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, they hurt my delicate little forearms with their powerful serves.
You can do this, man. Fight though.
I got it. I'm gonna fight those kids. That's how we're gonna go down.
No. Don't fight the kids.
You just said fighto.
No. So, have you ever heard of the expression fighto in Japanese, actually?
Yeah, when we're cheering, I assume.
Yeah.
Fight the people. Fight the power.
Yeah, so it's interesting because in Japan they use the word fight or fighto, and it means like to cheer the person on or like, you know, give it your best. And it's interesting because when I first came to Japan and I heard people telling me fighto, I was really confused. Like, why are they telling me to fight? Who am I fighting? What's going on over here?
I'm gonna take them down.
And I found out later it means like, you know, like good luck. I'm cheering you on. And I think they get the word from fighting spirit, like to fight like, with your best, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's where it comes from.
Nice, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, so Faito is actually one of the many words of something we call Wasaigo in Japanese. And Wasaigo are basically Japanese words that are constructed or made from English words, but they don't necessarily carry the same meaning as it would in the English language. And the word waseigo, when you translate it, it literally means Japanese-made English, or I guess you could say pseudo-English, pretty much.
That's super cool.
Yeah, you'll hear a lot of waseigo, and you'll be very confused what they actually mean because they're actually English words, but they mean something else because they're used only in Japan.
Okay, so like Faito, but what would another one be?
So for another example, which I'm sure you've heard before, have you ever heard of high touch?
Oh, like high five?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Or they just shorten it to touchy?
Oh yeah, touchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was confused about that too at first. I was like, why are they saying high touch? That was confusing to me. Like we say high five, like high touch.
Right. Or when they say touchy, I just poke their forehead. Oh, boop. No.
But yeah, I'm very curious because have you heard a lot of Wasaigo terms, or this is actually your first time hearing this?
This is my first time learning the word. I think we've mentioned it like once before, but Japanese words are hard to stick in my brain. But I know Faito now, and touchy I got, or high touch.
High touch, yeah.
But no, I don't think I know a lot. Quiz me, bring it.
All right, so
let's see if I've been in Japan long enough.
Yeah, so I was curious, like different wasaigos. There's actually way more than I thought there would be, but I picked out kind of some of the interesting ones, and I want to ask you and see if you could guess what they mean.
No.
So, how about this one? What do you think consento means?
Huh.
Yeah, think about it. Consento, or it's taken from the English word consent.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you think this means?
My mind goes to consenting to something, like agreeing.
Okay.
But since I'm thinking it's tricky, I want to say like it's lawyer talk.
No. No. So you give up, or you want to keep at?
I got one more guess. I want to say concert, like a band concert. Am I close?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's something they use at concerts.
What is it?
So it's actually, what it means is it's a plug socket or an electrical outlet. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it has nothing to do with permission or consent. It just means literally an electric outlet.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it does. Silly me.
Yeah. This one was pretty interesting for me. Cunning. Like the actual English word cunning.
Yeah, like being clever but in a bad way.
Yeah, that's what it means in English, but what do you think it means in Japanese?
Oh man, I can't even begin to think. Maybe like someone who cheats on a test?
Oh, very good. That's actually what it means. It means cheating. Very good.
Oh, nailed it.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I was thinking like a fox, cunning like a fox.
Oh.
And in a lot of our fairy tales and then Japanese fairy tales, foxes are bad. So I was trying to think. Oh, I'm so happy.
That's great, man.
Nice.
So what's interesting about cunning is, like, as you said, it means kind of smart. You've done this smart, but usually it has kind of a little bit of a negative connotation because you're deceiving when you're doing this. But it can kind of be positive as well because you're telling the person they're smart. But in Japanese, it's usually negative because it means you're cheating.
You're smart, like a jerk.
But yeah, in English, it means you're smart, but there's a deceit in there. But in Japanese, it straight up means cheating, so it's a negative meaning.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I actually hear that quite often. Like, I hear cunning. I'm like, why are they saying cunning? Who's cunning? What's going on here?
I must not listen well enough. I need to pay attention.
Yeah, you'll hear these the more you listen to them.
Okay, this will be cool. This will be good.
Yeah. So the next one, I don't think you're gonna guess what this means, but let's see. What is hochikisu?
What is it? It's from English. What is it in English?
Hotchkiss.
What is that in English? I don't think I've ever heard this word before.
Let me give you a hint. It's stationery we use for papers.
Why would I know that? Okay.
What kind of stationery we use for papers?
Tree? Is that the right answer?
I mean, like, what's a tool we can use for papers to bind them together?
Oh, is this a staple?
A stapler.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, it's a stapler. So this one is pretty interesting because hotchkiss, or in Japanese hochkiss, is stapler in the Japanese language, and it's taken from the company called E.H. Hotchkiss or Hotchkiss.
What?
This was the early 1900s. They're one of the first companies to make staplers, and basically that's where the Japanese word hochkiss came from, because the company that made one of the companies that made staplers was called Hotchkiss.
I love this kind of information. It is
Yeah.
so interesting to me. Oh my gosh.
But see, you didn't know what Hotchkiss is because that company does not exist anymore, actually. That was the early 1900s.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I was like, is it some sort of, like, old person candy? So it's basically how in America we would say, like, Frisbee for a throwing disc, or Kleenex for tissue.
Yeah, or Q-tip.
Yeah! That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Hotchkiss?
It's a Hochkiss.
Hochkiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Hotchkiss. This is the
Hotchkiss.
company's name, but in Japanese, Hochkiss.
Hochkiss. And then what are staples called?
I actually don't know.
Oh, that's super interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. I'll have to look at that later.
Hochkiss.
I don't know, actually. It might be stapler. I could be wrong.
That would be hilarious.
Kata kind of can come a long way. Yeah. The next one, this one is going to be hard because the meaning in English does not equal to the meaning in Japanese. So, what do you think tension means in Japanese? Or tension?
Tension, like something's tight?
Tight, okay, but there's another meaning we have in English.
But but that's the right one.
No, that's not the right one, but I'm saying there are other meanings in English.
Oh, okay. Maybe like tension between two people?
Okay, good. That's the correct one in English.
Okay, that's the correct nomenclature for tension. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, you're overworked, so your muscles ache. I have lots of tension, so I need to go to a massage therapist.
Oh, you think that's what it means in Japanese?
That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to hit my little booper and say that that's my answer.
Oh, okay. So that's not the meaning of it, but you were close with the people one because this one has to do with people.
Dang it.
So in English, say tension when there's tension between people, when they're not getting along and they're about to go down, about to fight.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's high tension between two people. But in Japanese, they use tension for positive meaning. They use it for like excitement and like basically in groups when they're about to do something exciting together. They'll be like the tension has rose or high tension because things are about to get, how can I say it, lit basically.
Oh, indeed, things will be lit.
Yes.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, so if you go to like a karaoke, or if you go to like a live event or a concert, people will say, "Oh, tension," or "tenshin ga akatta," like it means like it went higher, the tension.
Okay, and then what you said, gankata, does that mean we have tension?
Tenshin agatta. Agatta means rose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Tension. Tension. It's a positive thing in Japanese. That's cool.
Yeah.
Tension? No, that sounded French. I don't know why I said that. One more time.
That's correct. Tension.
Oh, okay.
You'll hear that like maybe when you're with a group and things are starting to get fun and people are starting to get loud. They'll say like tenshin agatta. You'll hear that.
Tension's rising, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's a good meaning.
Nice. That's super cool. Tension.
Yeah. Another one would be this one's interesting. Talento, which is
talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's taken from the word talent, correct.
Okay.
So what do you think this one means?
I want to say, oh man, the thing that goes to my head is the English thing. Like someone's good at something, someone's talented.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what the English meaning means.
Oh,
but in Japanese, it has that meaning, but it's a little different.
I'm gonna say talented at something, like really, really good at being bad at something, or talented at something that's not important.
You want to go with that?
I'll go with those two. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. So you are getting in the right direction. You're going in the right direction. But in Japanese, talento, it's or talent, It's basically any famous person who's on TV, whether they have a talent or not.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like how people would call the celebrities, oh, the talent's here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah.
So what's interesting about talent is basically the person who's on TV. They can be famous for just being famous. They don't necessarily have to have a special skill or talent, and they still use that word talento, which is ironic.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so like a lot of the commenters on Japanese TV are just the talent.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting. The talent.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those game shows or those talk shows on Japanese TV? And they'll have these guests come there, and they're not really they don't have a special skill. They're probably not actors or anything. They're just on those talk shows or those guest shows.
Yeah, I think of Terrace House and the guy with the cool glasses. I don't know what he's good at, but he talks good.
Yeah, there's some Japanese talents where they're just famous for, just being famous. They don't necessarily have a special skill.
Okay,
Those
just
are
like
called talento.
super likable.
Yeah, super likable, or what's it called? They kind of bring the audiences to those shows.
Nice, that's awesome. Talento.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Another one that I found pretty interesting was saida, which is taken from the English word cider. So what do you think this means?
I want to say nope, because the thing that goes through my head, I want to say cider because of course, but then I'm like, it can't be that simple. So I'm thinking like, what does cider turn into? Like vinegar afterwards? But then vinegar is like vinegar. So I'm gonna go with an alcoholic fruit drink.
Oh, you're in the right direction. It's a drink, yeah.
Okay, it's a drink.
Yeah.
Is it cider?
No.
Oh man. Well, okay, what is it? What is it?
All right. So what's interesting about cider? So in America, for us, we'll consider as basically alcoholic drink made with apples, or it could just be apple juice, right?
Yeah.
For cider. But in Japan, when you say cider, it's usually carbonated beverages, especially stuff like lemonade. So if it's carbonated, they'll usually use the word cider, even though it's not necessarily there's not necessarily apples in it.
Really? So just any carbonated fruit drink?
Pretty much, yeah. Most carbonated drinks, you could just say cider.
That's interesting. So I have at home, soda water. Would I call that cider?
It's soda water. I guess, yeah, you could say cider for that.
Oh, okay. Because I use that and then I add some like lemon juice in it.
Oh, are you talking about like what do you call it? Carbonated water?
Yeah.
They use tansan for that.
Oh, tansan? Like
Tansan,
tonic water?
It just means carbonated water.
Oh, okay. Tansan.
Yeah.
Oh man. Cider, tansan.
Cider. But I
Okay.
think cider is more towards carbonated beverages with actually flavor.
Oh, okay.
The one you're talking about, I think, is tansan, which
Oh,
is just
okay.
like no flavor.
Nice. We got 2 for 1 on that one. Cider.
Yeah.
Dang it. I was so close. Ugh.
It's nothing like the English word, which is really interesting.
Right, it's super interesting.
Yeah. This one I learned recently, and I did not know. I had no clue what it meant when I first heard it. I'm really curious what you're going to think it is. Blind touch.
What in the world am I supposed to even guess?
So blind touch, or in Japanese they say braindo tachi.
So the first thing that goes through my mind is 7 Minutes in Heaven. Do you know that game?
7 Minutes in Heaven?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of this.
It's where, like, at a party, you'd be put in a closet with someone else, and then for 7 minutes, you guys are in heaven. I'm assuming that blind touch is not this.
No,
But that's the
it's
first
not
thing that comes to mind. Blind touch. I'm going to say... Okay, I'm going to say that you lose your glasses and you can't see anything.
No,
Ah!
it's not that. That was an interesting guess, though.
And you're positive it's not 7 minutes in heaven?
No, I might need to look into that later because I've never heard of that. I thought it was something else I've heard of. Have you ever played 7 Minutes in Heaven?
I've not, no.
All right, so blind touch or blind tachi it basically means you're touching the keyboard or touching a keys of a electronic device without looking at it.
Oh my god.
So you're basically typing onto the keyboard without looking at it. That's why it's a blind touch. You're not looking at it.
Of course that's what it is. Of course.
Yeah. So the question is, Clayton, can you do blind touch?
I'll say hamboon.
Me too. Half
the time.
Half the time, yeah. I can do half the time.
Because I switched from my American keyboard to the school's Japanese keyboard. And when I need to, like, put a little accent mark or, like, oh man, what's that called? Like, don't? The contraction? The
apostrophe?
Thingy? Yeah, the apostrophe for the contraction.
Yeah.
It's not in the same place.
Yeah. I hate that, actually, because that's really annoying for me.
It's so difficult. It's up in the number pad thing where there's 3 different buttons to switch between the 3.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm on my keyboard. I'm used to on my laptop. Then I use my work's computer. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use the symbol. I press shift and then I press the button. I'm like, wait, that's not coming up. What's going on over here?
Right.
Oh, it's this one.
Oh. It's hilarious. It's so silly.
Yeah, I wonder how that works exactly. Like, what countries use what kind of keyboards? Is it like, in America we have a specific one, Europe has a specific one? I'm curious how that is.
Right? It's super interesting.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And then for the last one, this one, you might be able to think of the meaning behind this one. My pace. What do you think my pace means?
Well, seeing how a lot of these have been tricky, I'm going to say what I think first. I think it's going at your own pace. Oh, I just said that. It's like defining the word with the word.
Well, exactly. That is what it means.
Oh, I nailed it. Hooray!
You got it. You got it right on the dot, man.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. That's what it means. It's my pace. It means basically you're doing things on your own way without like other people's influence, basically.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
what's nice about this word is actually it's a nice way to tell somebody that it's okay to do something their own way because they're kind of like struggling. So, for example, if I went jogging with you and you're a little tired, so you're running a little slower than me, I can tell you it's okay. My pace. It's okay. Like I'm basically telling you can run at your own pace. It's a polite way of telling you can do it like that if you want.
Oh, okay. I think I'll use this with volleyball. So it's my pace. My
pace.
My paceu?
Yeah.
Could I do your paceu?
No,
No.
It doesn't work like that. So
Anata paceu?
you just say my pace,
Okay.
even though it's to the person, not you yourself. You say my pace.
Stand back up. We're doing this at my pace.
Yeah.
Okay, my pace. I like that one. What a good one to end on.
Yeah, I recommend that word actually. It's a really it's a good word.
Nice. And common. It's common, right?
Yeah, I hear people use it a lot.
Nice. Oh, how fun.
There's a lot of wasaigos. There's actually like a lot. Like I can't list all of them here. I was looking through like a list. There's like more than 100. I was really surprised.
Man, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I really liked these. These were super cool.
And not to confuse yourself with katakana. Katakana and waseigo are a little too different because katakana is basically foreign words taken from different countries, but waseigo is mainly taken from English.
Okay.
But there are some expressions in waseigo are taken from other countries, but it's mainly English.
Okay, nice. Hey, maybe one of the next episodes we can do like katakana words too.
Yeah, we can do that.
Nice. That'll be super cool.
I'm like very curious like to hear like the different wasaigos that'll come out in the future because English is a ever-changing language, so I'm curious like what new ones will come out.
Right? Well, we used one today, and I'm pretty sure lit will mean something completely different.
Yeah, one day we'll hear kids saying rito.
Right? I went home and I lit my IH stove on. I don't even know what it means.
Did you have any questions about like waseigo? Like, was there anything particular that you were interested in?
In my mind, I just want to make sure that they know what I mean when I'm saying this. Like the my pace is your pace.
It could be your own pace, or you can say that to somebody else as well.
Yeah. But no, I like that. I like how these are so common. That'll be fun to use.
Before we wrap this up, is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Sure is. Everyone, thank you for listening to the podcast. If you like, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Hello Nihon Pod. If you really like the episode, please follow us and give us a rating. 5 stars is great. 5 stars is even better. But until next time,
bye.
My pace.